What's going on, everybody? Triple Crown 24 back today on a Saturday doing a PSA DNA submission reveal. Got 5 cards, 5 autographs back. Show you how I did with those. Also got some mail of everything really here. Not going to show off anything for my WNBA Prism Silver set, but I do have some stuff for the Tigers autograph collection. I've got some new inventory for the store. And I've been picking up some Miggies, of course. So I'll talk about those and some thoughts on the 2021 baseball season here that has gotten underway. So let's start with the PSA DNA reveal. You can see here is a 5-card submission, and I've got 4 slabs. So 4 out of the 5 cards were authenticated. The one that was not is one that I really can just laugh at this point. This is a Sparky Anderson, and I got this in person when I was very, very young. And let me tell you, years later, looking at the signature, it's not really. There's a couple of things about it that don't really match up for Sparky. So I was kind of worried the first time I sent it in and it didn't work. So then I tried it again and it didn't work. So at this point, I'm probably just going to have to buy a slab Sparky auto for my collection and keep this one raw. It's at this point, I guess it's just not meant to be in the slab. So it's frustrating, but I mean, I would rather PSA err on the side of caution if they think that there's anything that's wrong with it rather than putting it in the slab as kind of like a 50-50 guess. Of course, it's more frustrating when you send it when you have gotten it in person yourself and you send it in, but oh well. And then this one is actually for my collection. The other ones are going to be going into the store. Apologies for the glare, but this is a 2018 Bowman Draft first Bowman paper. Casey Mize came back authentic, which is absolutely fantastic. So you'll see a lot of my Tigers autographs getting sent in, especially with the PSA shut down for the grading things for the time being, or the suspension would probably be the better term. I'll probably be sending in more of my raw autographs to get graded both for my collection and for the store. So this one for the collection, Casey Mize here. Nice to get the first Bowman. That was if only one of the 5 in the order came back authentic, that was going to be the one I chose. Thankfully worked out. Okay, now the rest of these will be available in the store at some point, but this is JT Real Muto here on the 2018 Topps. Wasn't too worried about this one. So that one was nice to get for the Phillies star catcher, arguably the best catcher in the league. How about this guy, reigning Cy Young Award winner Shane Bieber. And I used to have a signed copy of his rookie, but I traded it away. In hindsight, a regrettable move, definitely, but I still have the 2019 Topps Future Stars there, so that one was nice. And then this one, I was a little iffy about. I was pretty confident that I was going to get slabbed up. There was like 1 or 2 things I didn't really like about it. A little something on the slab there. I'll have to look at that closer. But Nick Marchakis, who just retired at the end of spring training, had a pretty solid major league career. I believe he reached the 2,000 hits mark in his career. One-time All-Star with the Braves, but I mean, just a really consistent hitter for both the Braves and the Orioles throughout his career. So cool to get that one slabbed up. I've had that for a very long time. So that's it on the PSA DNA side of things. Let's take a look at what I picked up for the store. 2 really notable purchases, I would say. I've been getting in a lot of consignments lately. So that's been what I've been listing for the most part. I've opened some product and listed that up. Like I did a personal inner case of Revolution basketball that overall went pretty well. I would say the singles on that have been pretty crazy selling wise. Just the number of them and also just some of the prices on some of them I've been very surprised with. So it's been a pleasant surprise, I would say, in terms of that one. But I also picked up this huge autograph and relic lot. This is one of the bigger cards from it that I still have. A lot of the big ones have actually sold, which is nice. I mean, this lot was not cheap, so to be able to recoup most of the cost already has definitely been helpful. But this is probably the biggest card that is still left, arguably the biggest card that was in it. Bo Bichette Topps Now postseason. And this is my first time looking at one of these Topps Now autographs. I also have a Luke Voigt, and it's cool to see it in person because it looks fantastic. And I was taking a look yesterday at the Topps website and saw that Miggy happens to have an autograph, and I was able to snag one of these versions out of 49. I would love to have the 24 of 49 of that one. But I also picked up 10 copies of the non-autographed version, just the regular version, card number 1, him hitting the first home run of 2021 in the snow. So hoping to get at least one parallel on those. I'll probably do a video on that mail day sometime soon. So yeah, big autograph and relic lot, so that's your thing. All those are in the store for the most part. I've got a few stragglers still that I need to get in there, but they'll make their way there eventually. Yeah, right. And then also for inventory, this was a deal that I did through Garrett Card Cutter, a very good friend of mine. Go check him out. He got these slabbed up for me through Slab City. So you guys know that I do the PSA grading submissions, and he's my go-to guy for PSA DNA. I usually send people to him as well. Does a fantastic job. So if you're interested in Slab City, I'll leave a link in the description down below. I probably should have said that during the PSA DNA reveal portions. Sorry about that, Garrett. But you'll get fantastic service, and Garrett always takes care of me, getting these slabbed up for me and getting them back to me safely. So I purchased some cards of this gentleman right here, Michael Trout. So I've got the 2013 Topps here. These were all in a lot. That's card 338, so the Rookie of the Year card. The Trout stuff, second and third year stuff, has taken off tremendously. I'm sure that's no surprise to a lot of people now. So I've just been kind of looking around, and I'll always pick up Trout if it's the right deal. I think everyone will always pick up Trout if it's the right deal, and that was the case on these. Here's the 2018 Topps SP. This is a really good looking card. I know that Caitlin League of their own had a graded copy of this card. That was the first time I ever saw it, and just really a good shot there. Warm up with the smiling with the bat. It's a good shot. Here's a card I think is very underrated. 2013 Select. Select overall in the hobby definitely is an underrated product, I would say, because on the basketball side it's number 3. On the football side, it's number 3, and you could argue that Mosaic now has started to rival it, with Prism and Optic being 1 and 2. I think that's no surprise, and of course something like National Treasures or Contenders if you're someone who's more hit driven. But in terms of just color, rookies for kind of the shiny cards, the chromium stock cards, Select is kind of one of those that I think is a bit overlooked compared to the prices for something to say Optic or Prism. So you can get some really cool looking parallels and stuff. So anyways, this is the first year Select of Trout. The first year Prism Trouts have gone up a lot, so I figured that the Select ones, for the price that I was able to get them at, why not go ahead and go for it. I've been trying to pick up some Miggies. There was actually a golds in 13 Selector out of 25. Gold Miggy that I missed out on recently. That one was disappointing, but it went for a very reasonable price. I was just kind of priced out at the moment because I had splurged for a card that you're about to see here in a few minutes. All right, Mike Trout 2013 base Prism. I also got that one as well. And then a Ginter. Ginter is another one of those that I've been very interested in lately. It's going to be 15 years of Allen and Ginter releases in 2021, which is kind of crazy to think about. And think about this too. This product has kept relatively the same format. There's been a few little changes and a few little upgrades to it, upgrades in my opinion, over the years, but Ginter has relatively stayed the same for 15 years. And you think about how many products there have been over the years and kind of which ones have come and gone or changed up their format or have done something different to kind of stay relevant. Ginter is one of those that's it's held strong. It's kept its brand. So I really have grown a greater appreciation for that. So base Trout there. And then this one is really nice here. This is a Gypsy Clean. This is the image variation on the Mini with him catching the ball in the outfield. And it is the Gypsy back. So that's pretty sweet. variations in Gypsy Queen are not that tough in 2012. They're much tougher now, I would say, than the newer Gypsy Queen releases in terms of the image variations, like the Jackie Robinson Day. They're going to be like one per box, where these were more so like you used to get a mini in every pack, and then the variations you probably got about 6 in a box, as a compared to one per box now. So the fact that it's a variation with the Gypsy back makes it just a little bit more rare. So again, second year Trout stuff, just when I see it at the right price, I'll do it. So thanks again, Garrett, and thanks again for getting these slabbed up. Again, one more time, Slab City if you're interested in getting your stuff slabbed for autograph authentication. All right, let's move into the autographs for the Tigers collection. I've got 5 here to show you. I picked up more than 5 in recent times, but these are the 5 that I happen to have not filed away yet. I now have 129 different Tigers autographs as of today, which is nice. It's a project that has grown quite a bit, and it's been very affordable. Like, I don't think that I paid more than 5 shipped, except for maybe this first one, for the first 4 autographs I'm going to show you here. And that to me is just, it's an affordable way to kind of add to my collection and see it grow. And I have a lot of appreciation for a lot of these players, and I don't really have any of their stuff in my collection, so it's really cool. But first one up here, Victor Reyes, short and sweet autograph from Don Russ. I won't talk too much about the players because, well, I'm trying to save that right now for the series. I've got a really kind of a funny episode next time that I do it for episode 5, so I'll either drop that tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday, we'll see. Here's a Leaf Signature series of Curtis Pride from 96. Got a Harold Castro from 2020 Chronicles Playbook Auto. And a Tony Giarratano. This guy was kind of like one of those one-and-done guys. So again, one of those obscure names, but just really cool to be able to add, something a little different to the collection. And then this one is interesting because this is one that got moved into the collection. So opening day 2 days ago, and in our starting lineup this year was Nomar Mizora. Now, I got this at spring training in 2019 while he was still with the Rangers. And now that he is with the Tigers, well, he's played in 2 games for the Tigers now. Actually had a very nice game today. He had 3 hits, so good start to his Tigers career so far. But that means I was able to move this into the Tigers collection. Now, at some point, if he does have a card with the Tigers or an autograph, certified on-card autograph preferably, but any kind of certified autograph with the Tigers, then that might have to change. I might have to get another one to quote-unquote upgrade, because I do prefer it when the players are in their Tigers uniforms. But in the meantime, this is definitely one that will fill the void, and maybe he doesn't get a Tigers card. I don't know if Mizora is going to be part of their long-term plans or not. I don't really think so, unless he has a crazy season, but we'll see. Then we move into kind of the main event. I gotta say, my Miggy pickups have been very few and far between. I did have a pretty solid pickup that I want to do a separate video on. It was a Venezuelan issued set, so it's a 24 card tribute set to Miggy's career that was released a few years back. So I will do a video on that. I put it in the Z Folio, the 12 pocket one that I keep my moments and milestones set in, and it looks fantastic because it fills up 2 pages perfectly without any empty pockets. So the Z Folios, I love putting my cards in there, but when you fill up that page, it just looks so good. So I've been kind of motivated to kind of look for cards to fill up some of those pages. All right, but for Miggy, the 2 big pickups I want to show you here. These 2 were a package deal, and if this card looks familiar, well, that's because this is not the first time I've shown it off, but I have re-added to the collection my 2019 Topps Chrome Red Refractor, and I call it my Red Refractor because this was the same one that I had previously sold. Now, I have only sold 1 Cabrera card that I didn't have a duplicate of in my career collecting Cabrera. The only other one that I've had that I moved was a 2019 Bowman Chrome Red Refractor, That was a trade. This is the only one I've actually sold. And this was to fund the Ben Baller 2020 Chrome Red Refractor that completed my rainbow. So I figured this one was one that had to just kind of help me out there because I was in a little bit of a pickle, and that was a card that couldn't really afford to pass up on. So I sold this to a fellow Miggy collector who's become a good hobby friend of mine, and I got that card along with it. And the whole reason that I had sent this to him in the first place was because he had this, the 2019 Topps Chrome Superfractor. And I have a Chrome Sapphire Superfractor. I have a Ben Baller Superfractor, and I like to try to get one of the different types of one-on-ones. So among the Superfractors, get Prism Gold Vinyl, Bowman Platinum Foil Fractor. I've had a Bowman Chrome Superfractor. I've got a Topps Finest Superfractor, but this is my first from the actual Topps Chrome release, which is really cool. It's Topps Chrome is one of the most recognized brands in the baseball card hobby today. And the Superfractor has been one of those just really coveted cards. So to get this one into the collection is fantastic. Fun fact, I've actually had a chance to buy this card once before. When this card was pulled, it came out about, I want to say 2 to 3 months after the release of 2019 Topps Chrome. And this was before the retail boom that we have seen in recent times, where you could still go into Target or Walmart and find Chrome on the shelves in September, October, November. And sure enough, and I think it was September or so, this came out of a mega box at retail. So the buyer, I think, wanted like $500 for it at the time, and they ended up selling it for like $320 or $350. And that was just too much for me at the time. These days, that's actually a pretty fair deal, I would say, just because these Superfractors have gotten more expensive as Cabrera has more intrigue. Of course, you guys probably have seen the talk about him is that the milestones are very much in reach, especially with his opening day home run. But he is he's starting to pick up some steam in the hobby as well. I mean, everything's picking up steam in the hobby, let's be real here. But he's picked up a lot of steam lately. And he's 12 home runs away now with that one on opening day. He recorded another hit today, so he is now 132 hits away from the 3,000 mark, which, to give you a bit of an idea, in 2019, he had 136 hits in 139 games, which was in what was considered a below average season for him, where he dealt with some injury issues, especially with his knee. So something to keep in mind. A lot of people think that it won't happen this year. I think he's got a pretty good shot at it. So fingers crossed for Miggy. But yeah, to get back this red refractor and then to add the super along with it, can't ask for much more. So that brings the Cabrera count up to, I believe, 2,874. So our race to 3,000 is on. I am barely ahead of him these days. He is only 6 hits behind my number of cards, but it'll be fun to kind of both chase 3,000 this year, and hopefully we will both hit that mark here in 2021. So that is going to do it for me. I almost went 20 minutes. What do you know? But I appreciate you guys checking out the video. I'll be back pretty soon with a new Tigers Autograph Showcase Series video. But until next time, stay safe, take care, and remember to choose kindness.